Welcome back to Pittsburgh Showcase. I'm John Klein. 4 million teen drivers are licensed every year, and half of them will be involved in a crash before they turn 20. KDKA-TV created a free assembly program called Taking the Lead for Driving Skills for Life. Now, this is a great way for teens to get more driving skills knowledge before taking their permit test or as a newly licensed driver. Today, we welcome members from each of our partners: Ford Motor Company, Allegheny County Pretrial Services, Cohen School of Driving, and the Pennsylvania State Police. Let's start with Trooper Cooley from the Pennsylvania State Police. Welcome to the show, Trooper.
Thank you for having me.
Teen drivers, I had too, scary time. What's something that all teen drivers and their parents should be aware of before they hit the road?
Well, I think there's a big misconception in the sense that a sleepy driver is just as dangerous as someone driving under influence. So I think the first thing we need to do is pay attention to the curfew, which is from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. for teen drivers. Another key factor is speed, just knowing the conditions of the roadway, if they're wet, if it's foggy. You want to drive at a speed which is basically safe for the conditions. You also don't want to drive too fast in the sense that it slows down your reaction time. You got to be aware of, animals such as deer, be aware of pedestrians, and driving at a safe speed, which is 15 miles per hour in a school zone. And a key one is distractions. For the first 6 months of teenage driving, that you're only allowed one unrelated passenger in the vehicle. Obviously, there's no texting, and basically not eating or drinking while you're driving.
It seems like these would all be common sense, but kids make mistakes because they know everything at age 16. Scott, you're from the Ford Motor Company, and you have been a big sponsor. Car safety and knowing the car and making sure that it's 100% is also key.
Definitely. With the winter months coming, we hope soon. Yeah. You want to make sure that you're getting your regularly scheduled maintenance done on your vehicle. Your regularly scheduled maintenance can be found in your owner's manual. If you have an older vehicle or you can't find your owner's manual, you can always try to find that information online. But it's really important to follow the manufacturer's scheduled maintenance program.
Is this something that kids should be aware and they could work with their parents on getting to know the car?
Yes, exactly. Every car drives a little bit differently, and I always mention at the assemblies, when you're a young driver, sometimes you're driving a car that might be the worst car you drive your whole life. I remember when I was younger, I had a car with about 100,000 miles on it. Now, I'm driving a newer car, and so you're handling a car that might handle a lot more difficult than the newer cars they make today, and you have the least experience as a driver.
Be aware, and parents get involved and know the car. That's the key.
Definitely.
Let's go to Pam. Pam is with the Allegheny County Pretrial. Pam, is it a situation that kids need to learn immediately driving under the influence is something that's going to be a huge problem for them?
Right. In Pennsylvania, we have a zero tolerance policy, which means no one under the age of 21 can consume alcohol. They can't transport it or purchase it. And a lot of times I think the teens and some of the parents aren't aware of the fact that that is part of the policy. If you get caught, there are a lot of fines and penalties that come along that will be attached to your driving record. So we just like to let the students know, a lot of people think they know they can't drink and drive, but if you get caught with it in your car, whether it's open, that's another thing that people think that, oh, if it's not open, it's okay. It's not. You can't have any type of alcohol in your car under the age of 21. And we just say, with the holidays coming up, Halloween parties and Thanksgiving, Christmas, that's one of our biggest DUI times in Allegheny County. So we ask you to, be conscious of what you're doing. We're not saying that as an adult you can't go out and drink, but you need to be aware of what you've put in your system, find an alternative route home.
Steve is from the Cohen School of Driving. Steve, getting parents involved. I remember when my kids were learning to drive, as a parent, they're not going to listen as much as somebody from the outside. Do you see that a lot with driving school?
Well, we do. Parental involvement is key. There's a lot of statistics that show that kids, young drivers whose parents are involved in the learning process are statistically less involved in accidents, in collisions. But at the same time, you're right. There are you know, family relationships, dynamics. It's important for parents to be involved, but at the same time, sometimes a teen driver hearing from a, so to speak, outside, unbiased third party, you know, slow down, keep your eye on the road, all of those, as you mentioned, common sense things. It's good for teens to be able to have professional lessons with an outside driving school, whether it's ours or there's a number of other schools in Allegheny County. The drivingskillsforlife.com website has a lot of good activities. All of those things go into helping young people become the best drivers they can be.
Thinking back when my kids were teenagers, the best investment we ever made was an outside driving school. I remember my daughter speeding, and I said, slow down, and she said, oh, I will. I'm like, slow down now. Let's go back. One follow-up question, Trooper. What is the most important thing, in your opinion, since you're out there and your troopers are out there, that you see kids making a mistake with?
The key factor is these electronics. You know, the key is you want to get to point A to point B as safe as possible. Right. And electronics are a huge distraction for the teenage population.
That includes music, YouTube, anything on that phone. Don't even have it out.
Absolutely.
Get rid of it. We invite all teens, parents of teen drivers and soon-to-be teen drivers and area high school representatives to contact us at kdka.com/safedriver so that this team of Taking the Lead for Driving Skills for Life can bring this free assembly program to your school. By educating our teens as much as possible with tips and behind-the-wheel training, it will make the road safer for everyone. When we come back, Dr. Michael Vactor, D.C., will come back with another exciting success story. That's on the way when Showcase Pittsburgh continues.